1,000 years ago, in a distant kingdom, lived a greedy queen who wanted nothing more than to keep her gold safe. The royal chambers were not secure enough, so she sent them off to a distant secret island. The only way to open this vault was with royal blood, and the only way to find the island was to get hold of a map. The map was enchanted to only show its markings to whoever owned the 3 royal amulets.
I'm Logan with ATMI. Today we have the filmmakers behind Aboard the Dark Heart. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. My name is Olivia. I'm 14.
And I'm Nina, and I'm also 14.
I go to ANSEP, so I take classes at UAA.
I'm currently partly enrolled at West High School, and I'm taking an after-school class at King Tech.
For those who haven't seen the film Aboard the Dark Heart, what is it about?
It is
It's like a princess that gets kidnapped by pirates. I don't know.
Yeah, and ends up getting kidnapped by pirates and taken to this magical land where all of the royal treasures are locked away. Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
How did you come up with the story for Aboard the Dark Heart?
That was all you.
Yeah. Originally it was meant to be an underwater thing, but then we realized we couldn't film us being underwater with the supplies we had. So we decided to change it up and make it more of a old-timey fantasy sort of princess and pirates.
Was there any other challenges that you ran into during the filming process?
Not having enough actors.
That was a big thing because it was just me and you doing playing all the characters, and we had some trouble filming the princess and the prince scenes because they were both played by me. Mm-hmm. And so especially dancing with myself, I had to get another friend to be a body double. So that was more difficult than was necessary, but yeah.
Was there anything in particular that inspired the opening sequence?
We decided to do that because we realized as we were more filming it, it didn't really make sense when we got to the ending why it happened at the end. So we realized we needed something to make sure the audience knew what was happening.
Do you have a favorite scene from Aboard the Dark Heart?
Well, I really like the all the underwater stuff,
and
especially the battle on the ship, because that's all green screen practically. Well, the underwater portion is half real, because I went out with a friend and we, because I have an underwater phone case, so I just used my little telephone and filmed me splashing in the water. But then the battle on the ship, it was pretty boring to actually film because you were just fighting air on a green screen, la 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 la. But putting it together was really fun in the editing process.
Yeah.
How long did the process take, roughly, from idea to completion?
Well, you had the idea in November of 2023. And we finished it in December, so 13 months.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that this particular film is your favorite in acting, directing, or editing out of all the films you guys created?
I think my favorite one would have to be it was probably our first film we actually ever filmed, called Wallace and the Night Arrow, when we went out to Port Ellsworth and we had a week and we filmed it. That would have to be my favorite one acting in.
I do think Aboard the Dark Heart was the most fun to direct because there was all these complications that I needed to figure out. Mm-hmm. So I think it's pretty fun.
In the credits, the film locations listed are Anchorage, Lake Clark National Park and Reserve, Kodiak, Channel Island in California, San Diego, San Juan Island, and British Columbia, Canada. Could you talk a little bit about how all these locations, how you guys came up with going there to film?
I live in Anchorage in the winter, and then I live in Lake Clark National Park, which is Port Ellsworth is what she said, in the summers. And so I did a lot of filming in the summer, and then I shot when we went to California for Christmas break, just for vacations. I shot little dolphins that is in the movie, and there's one shot, it's the horse with the carriage that I saw in British Columbia when we were in Canada a couple years ago, so I just filmed that and I just put it in the movie.
So you must have a really supportive family to help with this film. How does it feel knowing that your family and community support you in your filmmaking aspirations?
It's pretty nice because I kind of took up the entire downstairs of my house all last year. But yeah, it's just really nice and helpful that people can drive us around, and so yeah.
Definitely. Because most of our filmings would be pretty much right from after school until like 5 o'clock, and then I would have to get picked up from her house to get taken back home. So it's been really nice.
In general, what inspired you to start filmmaking?
Originally,
Well, during COVID,
we would, because we were kind of COVID buddies, so I would be able to go over to our house and we would, in 3 days, put together a random play and we would perform it on Friday nights for our parents. And we originally just started with that, and like her mom and stuff would film it, and then we started branching out to actually creating movies.
Yeah, because when you went to Port Alsworth to visit me in the summer for the first time, that's when we decided to make our first movie, and it was pretty sloppy, but and then it just got better and better and better. So,
Kind of going a little bit back, could you tell us about your last year's film, Fairytale Gone Wrong, and what that was about?
So that was me and a different friend, but it was basically about a princess who ran away. I need to kind of branch out from the princess stuff right now. But anyways, yeah, it was also filmed in Lake Clark because that friend Lucia, she came out and we filmed that movie in a week and put together, and then one thing led to another. It was on a big screen, but yeah. I don't really know. It was pretty fun.
So with that film, that was the first time you've had a showing in front of a live audience like that. What was that experience like?
It was pretty scary at first, especially because in that one I picked my nose and everything. But it was pretty fun, to be honest. So, yeah.
What was the energy like moving from last year's film, Fairytale Gone Wrong, to Aboard the Dark Heart?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of wanted to make things harder on myself, so it made everything way more complicated, but overall, I think it was pretty much the same.
I think the acting was a little much because I think we had almost twice the amount of characters than we had in that one. Between like the different, from like the ranging in different characters, and especially just being the two of us, most of the time each of us would be playing almost 3 different characters in just one scene, which is most of the reason why we use green screen for almost the entire movie, because of the limited actors.
And the not being in a palace.
So. Yeah, and that too.
How did you learn how to use green screen and other special effects?
Well, to be honest, the whole movie was edited in iMovie. So, I mean, it's iMovie. You put some things in and figure it out. So, yeah, it was pretty simple. Originally, Fairytale Gone Wrong kind of had a different plot line. And then I wanted to enter it and realized that I had to condense it down to 10 minutes because originally, like, there was this other plot points and stuff, and it was like 20 minutes. And so I created the whole thing with a rabbit. By the time I started Aboard the Dark Heart, I knew iMovie. It's iMovie.
If given a bigger budget, would you do anything differently, and what would you keep the same?
Probably would have done a lot differently, like being able to be on location. That would have been fun. I don't know, just like better props and costumes, but and actors. Actors is nice. Actors are very nice. But I mean, I do like the feeling of just like, I don't know, because it was just you and me doing the whole thing, so just keeping it small and easy. I don't know how easy that was, but small at least. So I did like that part of it.
With a little bit more of a smaller budget, how was the costume design like?
Well, my bedroom is a costume department right now, so I just like went shopping at Goodwill, found some fabric, cut it all up, made a bunch of different outfits, and I don't know, yeah.
When you think back on the experience of making your film, what memories come to mind?
Let's see. I ran around with a fake mustache and a weird looking hat with some fur around town on the airstrip. So that was fun, and people looked at me like I was crazy.
Probably have to be us spending 10 minutes realizing we didn't have names for half of our characters.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
And trying to make them all
It was an hour.
Yeah, about an hour. We spent trying to figure out the names for the characters, how to make them all connect, and figuring out whose parent went to which child, and like how they were related, and all of the inner details.
That part got cut.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the original one, we did that part.
Yeah, because there was it's like originally like 20 minutes and then, cut out plot points to make it down to 10 minutes to enter it. So, yeah.
Do you have any advice for any upcoming aspiring filmmakers?
Try to get more of your friends to join you in making the film so you're not just two people trying to act as 5 characters.
And also that you don't need lots of equipment, because I was filming with my cell phone and like a clip-on mic and a green cloth as a green screen, so yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to add before we conclude this interview?
Ooh, wait, I got one. So, so the pirate ship, it was pretty funny. So I bought this like model pirate ship that's like yay big. And so that's what the entire pirate ship was. And then the scale, trying to scale us onto it and fitting my phone into that pirate ship and having it collapse on me. So that was fun. But yeah, I thought that the whole experience overall was really fun.